Brett Allan here with the Brett Allan Show, chatting with Don Olivieri about this fantastic film. It's so good. I think people are just going to love it when they get a chance to see it. Thank you so much for your time. We're talking Homestead. Thank you so much for hanging out today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes, well, this is a little bit of a departure from what you normally do, but similar in some ways. Um,
I think we all need a break though, right? I mean, like
yeah, yeah, you got to cleanse the
I'm
palate a
taking us,
little bit.
yeah,
Okay,
we got to get
do a
closer
little
to
bit of
God now. I'm
a
taking us
faith.
way too far.
Yeah, a little bit of a faith-based film, but it's really good though because I think
Yeah.
anybody can watch it.
Yeah.
For you, again, obviously, you are part of this fantastic film. What's important for you, Don, as a storyteller, when choosing a script and deciding that you want to commit your time to it and be a part of something like this?
Well, the way I see it, if I'm interested in the story, I feel like other people would be. That's my first thought. Post-apocalyptic anything is interesting. I think it's a fun vehicle to tell a lot of different types of stories, a lot of intimate stories, a lot of drama. There's just in the, there's it's a great way of putting high stakes in consistently. You're right. So this is our post-apocalyptic film Homestead. Now, character-wise, I'm pretty confident now as a seasoned actress that as long as you give me an interesting story and some interesting people to talk with, I mean, that I can put together a pretty layered performance. So, and this character I didn't even have to work so hard at because it's there. Her being the matriarch, her being the heart of the homestead, and then with all of these the satellite conflict that happens, it's not a difficult story or character to put together.
Yes, well, you mentioned this idea of being the matriarch, which I think is a pretty big theme that comes through. For you, obviously, well, this film is about family. Are there certain things that you're hoping the audience will get from this when they get a chance to watch? Because that theme does run through pretty heavily in sort of a post-apocalyptic kind of way, which makes it very interesting for storytelling.
Yeah, I think that if there's any takeaway from a story like this, especially this particular story, it's that you can make choices in high conflict moments that come from the heart, that emanate from the heart, and then act as a catalyst for a miracle. Like it's real. And I truly believe that in my real life. And to have a movie, have a story that tells that story is pretty unique. And in the way that they're doing it, given the fact that it is faith-based, it's very digestible for any type of person, no matter what your belief structure. And I like that they did it that way because I like the idea of inviting people, even no matter what sort of religious denomination, or it sort of boils it all down to this foundational truth that there is something helping us as we move through this human experience, whatever you want to call it. There is something helping us, and it has your best interest at heart. And the way that you feed it is believing in it. And when you believe in it, it gives you miracles, and those miracles create a reality that is better than the one you could have created if you did everything based off of fear. That's it. You know, it's that simple. And if we can, as human beings, take that in and really examine the way that we move through our life, through our relationships, through our work, through everything. If we can isolate when we're making fear-based choices and when we're truly open and free and moving from the heart, I think our entire lives would change, each one of us.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, I
No
I
big
feel
deal.
better.
Fine. Yeah, see, yeah.
Let's pray. I think it's really
Exactly.
and I do like the idea, oftentimes faith-based films kind of get, panned in some way.
Yeah.
But when you have a lead like Neil, who, people know him from this certain genre of Hollywood,
Yeah.
and yourself, who has been part of the Taylor Sheridan universe, and you have these credible people I think that's what helps deliver the message right and become
Yeah,
more digestible,
of course.
versus like it feeling preachy or some sort of message being crammed down your throat.
Yeah.
Um, it's very interesting. So you play different types of characters. You mentioned being able to be given information and layer a character quite easily. With that being said, is it easy to shed skin from a previous role easily for you and move on? Or is there a reset? I know we joked tongue in cheek a little bit at the beginning, but like, is
Yeah.
that process easy for you to do to shed that skin and move to the next thing?
No, there's residuals sometimes. I mean, even in this case, I had it a few times. I had to literally shake it off, and it's a mind thing. So it's how your mind is oriented, right? So to go from playing a character whose mind is oriented in a very opportunistic direction, than to switch to a character that's mind is oriented in a very supportive position. You know, there was definitely some residual of the opportunistic that filtered in a little bit, but it's my job to clean the house, you know? So as I'm moving, and it can come through in all sorts of ways. It can come through in your posture and how you look at something in a moment. And I had moments where I had to adjust my levels because my I was so used to playing the amped up version of the villain, you know,
Yeah.
of the woman that's so in control, almost overly in control, whether that's real or not, you're not supposed to know. But, you know, to then move into a woman who has given up control to her husband. That's a very different female. It is a very different female. I don't care who you are. Like, to have a man in your life and to be a woman who's in control, those are very hard women to play opposite each other because there are so many tiny little differences that you have to accommodate. And so for me, that was a little bit of that residual that came in that I had to clean house with. And that's something that Jenna, and once I play Jenna long enough, it'll be much easier. But certainly that's the arc for Jenna, at least for me, is starting at that place because I know where she's going to go. There's no way you're forced with this sort of reality and you don't grow and evolve and become stronger and more in your masculine. You almost have to. So it's going to be an interesting journey for Jenna and for me to build that masculine woman, but still keep a hold of the heart.
Yeah, very well said. Well, congratulations. I think this is really good. And I also like the fact that this is something that you could potentially watch with a family member or younger
Yeah.
people, which I always enjoy because my kid is interested in this to the point where he likes to watch things. And so I don't have to feel like
Yeah.
I have to watch it on a tiny computer screen uh,
Beforehand. Right.
beforehand, and sort of vet what he's going to take in. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations. Again, I've been a fan of all the things that you've done. This is really good. Congratulations on
Thank
this.
you.
And I
Thank you.
can't wait for people to watch this in theaters soon. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, me too. You have a good day. Thank
You
you.
too. Happy holidays. Merry
Yeah.
Christmas. Thank you.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank you.